Welcome back to America Together Radio. Today we're discussing something that doesn't get enough attention, civic stagnation.
That sounds serious.
It can be. The phrase sounds dramatic, but the process is often very quiet.
Like discovering the batteries in your smoke detector died 6 months ago.
Not a bad comparison.
What do we mean by civic stagnation?
Generally speaking, it's what happens when fewer and fewer people participate in civic life over time.
Fewer people attending meetings.
Yes.
Fewer people volunteering.
Yes.
Fewer people paying attention.
Exactly.
Everybody assumes somebody else is watching the store.
That's often part of the problem.
Why does this happen?
Many reasons. People are busy. Life gets complicated. Some people become frustrated. Others become disconnected. Some don't know how to participate. Some don't believe participation matters.
And over time, those effects accumulate.
Exactly.
One person stops showing up.
Then another.
Then another.
Eventually, participation becomes concentrated among a much smaller group.
What risks does that create?
Less diversity of viewpoints, less community awareness, fewer fresh ideas, less accountability, less resilience.
Because fewer people are involved in the conversation.
Correct.
It's hard to represent people who aren't in the room.
Very true.
Some people hear civic participation and immediately imagine politics.
That's understandable. But civic participation is broader than politics.
How so?
Community organizations, volunteer groups, school boards, neighborhood projects, public meetings, advisory committees, local initiatives.
Places where people work together to address local issues.
Exactly.
In other words, civilization maintenance.
A surprisingly good description.
One thing we've talked about before is communication.
Because communication and participation are connected.
People who don't know what's happening are less likely to participate.
Right.
And people who don't participate contribute less information.
Exactly.
Which creates a feedback loop.
Unfortunately, yes.
Can civic stagnation be reversed?
I believe so.
How?
Better communication, more opportunities for participation, clearer information, stronger community networks, lower barriers to involvement.
Making it easier for people to show up.
Exactly.
A fishing boat heads out from Mobile Bay again. The factory's home. The class.
You're listening to America Together Radio.
County lights, coffee brewing, screen door swing. Another day begins again. A truck rolls down to...
What role can ordinary people play?
A larger role than many realize.
Such as
Attending meetings, sharing information, reporting local concerns, helping neighbors understand issues, participating in community projects.
those don't sound like huge actions.
Most important civic habits aren't huge actions.
They are small actions repeated consistently.
Exactly.
We've talked about building information networks,
Because information helps communities make better decisions.
and communities can't share information if nobody stays connected.
Correct.
Which means communication infrastructure strikes again.
Another recurring theme.
This seems like a good place for an approved message.
Agreed. Here is an approved message from Jeremy Levan.
No president governs alone. A president works with advisors, experts, cabinet officials, military leaders, governors, mayors, legislators, business owners, workers, families, and communities across the country. I am not running to pretend one person has every answer. I am running to build a serious team, listen carefully, make decisions, and take responsibility for the direction we choose. Leadership is not pretending to know everything. Leadership is knowing how to bring good people together.
That was an approved message from Jeremy Levan.
Any final thoughts?
Yes, civic stagnation rarely arrives all at once. It usually happens gradually. The good news is that renewal often happens the same way. One person participates, then another, then another. Communities become stronger when people remain connected.
So the solution is not perfection.
No,
It's participation.
exactly.
What comes next?
Next episode, we'll discuss the Citizen Information Network and how communities can help gather useful information without becoming an echo chamber.
A modern challenge.
Very much so. This has been America Together Radio. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Coffee brewing, screen door swing. Another day begins again. A truck rolls down a two-lane road.